Hey, what's up everybody? This is Leroy and welcome to my channel 40 and Broke. So today I'm doing something a little different. Actually, I'm doing something a lot different. I was on another YouTuber's channel called Our Big's Adventure, and she decided she wanted to do in the month of February a virtual potluck. Due to all the lockdowns and everything, we can't have regular potlucks. She thought it'd be a great idea to have a whole bunch of different recipes and everybody make a dish for this potluck and then upload them to your channel, and then she was going to put them on her channel. I just thought it was a great idea, so I decided to do it. So I'll leave a link to her channel down below so that you can go check her channel out and check out the different recipes she's put on there. So today I decided to make Lazy Man lasagna, and I'll show you what I do here. So here I have my ingredients. I have a couple of these tin pans. These are only, I think, 9x9s. And I'll put them in that, and I will actually have one of them for tomorrow so we can have dinner, and then I'll put the other ones in the freezer so that I can prep them, and I'll have a freezer meal for another day. So I have a pound of ground beef. Sometimes I do this as vegetarian without ground beef. I might cut up a zucchini in place of the ground beef, but tonight, for the first time, I'm actually going to put ground beef in it because I had some ground beef that I pulled out the other day and I want to use it up. I've got a tub of cottage cheese. I use these Pen Rigati. I hope that's how that's pronounced. I use these noodles because they're simple, they're easy, they stir up real nice. I have mushroom pasta sauce, 2 of them. I just use a cheap pasta sauce from spaghetti sauce from Save-A-Lot. It works for what I'm using. And then my spices, basically whatever you'd put in lasagna. We have some oregano here, a little bit of onion powder. I don't use regular onions because I don't like onions, but I will use a little onion powder just for some flavoring. Garlic salt, some basil, black pepper, cilantro, and parsley. And you know what I'm missing? My Italian seasoning. Somewhere. Italian seasoning. I know I have some. So, totally ill prepared. There it is. There. See, this is the mess I'm dealing with up here, and that's organized. So, got some Italian seasoning here. This being cheap, it always helps to add some stuff to it. And I wonder if there's anything else up here I could put in this. Got some minced onion. Whoops. Got some minced onion. But I don't like the minced onion for stuff like this because they don't soften up right, and that's why I'm not using the minced garlic either. I'm guessing that'll be good. So, mozzarella cheese. I believe that's all my ingredients right there. So now what we do is take all this and voila, just like that, it's done. So I cooked the meat and I used onion powder, garlic salt, and black pepper. I don't use a lot because I want to add more except for onion powder because, like I said, I don't much care for onions. So I don't need to put a lot of that in there. I'm going to put my meat, mix the meat into here with the pasta. Now, I don't really have to drain my meat because it is very lean. We buy our beef from a local farmer, and the beef itself is very lean, so there's very little fat, very little grease in the pan. So I'm basically just going to dump it right in. Hopefully that works. So dump it in. And this can basically be done in 2 pans. This is the pan that boiled the noodles, the pan that made the burger. Just give it a little mix. Now the noodles, I only cooked, it calls for 9 to 11 minutes. I cooked them for about 7 or 8, because you don't excuse me, you don't quite want them all the way cooked because you're gonna bake this. So then I take the cottage cheese. So I probably use about half of this. I don't measure it out. Stir that in. You could also use ricotta cheese for that. I prefer cottage cheese, but ricotta works just as well also. Throw a bit of this oregano in here. I don't measure out my spices, I just put it in there. Some basil, some parsley, some cilantro, Italian seasoning. Oops, wrong side. Stir that up. Then you can add more once it gets into the pans because it's kind of a pain to stir right now. Okay, so I got it pretty mixed up. So I'm going to take 1 can of the spaghetti sauce and pour that in there. Then I'm going to mix it up and see how it looks. Definitely needs the other can of sauce. It's a little dry, and then this dries out when it cooks too, so you want to add sauce to it before you put it in the oven. So it's pretty mixed up, pretty wet. Got a glass jar here because we'll have some for dinner tomorrow. Put some more pepper over it. You can never have too much pepper. One more garlic salt. I'm going to fill my tins up. So I was only able to get 2 tins, but this is what it looks like. Looks like basically lasagna without lasagna noodles. So, and then I'll mix some cheese into this. Mozzarella cheese. Then just mix that cheese right in, and I'll bake it like this at 385 or so, maybe 400. Basically till it's all the way heated through, everything's bubbling and good and hot all the way through the center. And then right before it's done, pull it out, put more cheese over the top so that it has a melted layer on the top, and that's it. It's just like lasagna, only a lot easier to make, a lot quicker. At least in my opinion. I don't have to layer anything. I just mix it all together. It's delicious. Then I'll take these leftover ones. I'll freeze them. I'll cover them in tin foil. And I'll write on them the cooking instructions and what it is and the date. So that way, when we're busy, we can just pull it out of the freezer and thaw it out. I don't know how well you can see it there, but that is the end product. What I do is I just cover them in tin foil, write what it is, the date that I made it, and cooking directions, which is basically bake at 385 until it's hot all the way through. And then, like I said, sprinkle that cheese on the top of it and let it melt. Cook the rest of the way. So once again, I want to thank Cynthia from Our Big's Adventure for doing this virtual potluck. I cooked that the other day and I forgot to take a video of what the finished product looked like. But just imagine, like I said, lasagna. It was just what you've seen there with cheese melted on top of it. So absolutely delicious, quick and easy to make. And once again, thanks for letting me upload this video and being a part of this virtual potluck. All right, have a good night, everyone.